Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hammy Show. We've got a very, 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 very special guest. I mean, this is awesome. My first MLB player I've ever had on this show. It is Drake Baldwin, catcher for the Atlanta Braves. How you doing today, Drake?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks so much for doing this with me, man. I can't wait to jump right in. It's so cool to be speaking to you. You're live from New York, right?
Yep, live from New York. Got in yesterday. About to play the Mets tonight in the next couple days of this 3-game stand.
There you go. That's awesome. So let's jump right in. First question, topic at hand. Rookie of the Year conversation. You are one of the favorites. I looked this morning. You're second in the odds according to ESPN. What has clicked this year? I mean, it's insane for any rookie to be doing what you're doing. So you get to the bigs in year one and you're doing this stuff. What's been the difference?
Yeah, I mean it's a long year. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's some good and there's some bad. It honestly started off being a little slow, a little bad luck the first couple weeks. But I mean, you just have to kind of stay with the grind and try to learn as much as you can from the guys who are older. Like, I mean, a lot of the vets on the team have helped me a ton, and just about going in there every day, trying to get better, kind of not giving at bats away, not giving pitches away when you're catching, and going in there and trying to do your best and help the team win.
There you go. So you talked about the veterans. Having a guy like Sean Murphy in the locker room, in the building, day in, day out, is has got to be awesome. What have you learned from him kind of throughout your first year?
Yeah, I mean, you learn a ton. A lot of it with catching and like doing all the scouting reports and all that is you kind of try to figure out what is best to spend your time on. Because I mean, if you really like, if you looked at everything, you wouldn't really be able to have any time. So, like figuring out what's most important, heat maps, watching video, stuff like that, and just kind of really making the most of the time we have at the field. I think he's kind of led me through that. But just being around him, seeing what he does to take care of his body to be able to play every day. I mean, a couple years ago, I don't even know how many games he played. I'm pretty sure he caught like 120 or something in the season, which I mean, I'm not close to that yet. And you start to feel the grind of just being behind the plate every single day. So watching him go about his work and kind of mimicking those routines that he does and trying to find what works for me and what doesn't work for me is huge. And then even now having Sandy Leone, I had him last year in AAA as well, or didn't have him, but I was playing with him, and I mean, he helped me a ton. He kind of brought me under his wing there, and having him up now, being a guy who's played in the big leagues for a super long time, caught a bunch of really really good pitchers, and I mean they both have helped me a ton, and I don't think I'd be where I'm at if they weren't with me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, you've got, I mean, a slew of pitchers that you've been with, that you've seen throughout your years, whether it's college, minors, now the pros. So who is like the hardest pitcher you just like, you're up there and the ball hits your mitt and you're like, ouch, that like really hurt.
I mean, Stride. There's a couple of them that come to mind. Strider, just his fastball is something different.
Yeah.
Because that spin, extension, all of it, it just gets there fast as probably everyone on TV knows. But when Sale wants to throw it too, he gets it there quick. When he ramps it up to 97, 98, 99, it's something else. And I mean, I think all the hitters say it's pretty crazy too. I haven't faced him yet, but catching him, it's quick.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I want to go back to the beginning. We talked a little bit about this after we met for the first time in Texas. But you were a hockey player, and you're a pretty damn good hockey player. I think it was your junior year in high school. You led Wisconsin in goals. So was hockey kind of the original goal in your athletic career?
Yeah, when I was young, I mean, I played a bunch of sports. I liked them all.
Yeah.
But I thought I had the most, I guess, promise in hockey. That was kind of my goal, is to go and play college hockey. And then the recruiting process is a little weird in hockey, and baseball started to flare up my sophomore year. So I ended up kind of going that route. But I mean, still played hockey all the way through my senior year. Absolutely loved it. I mean, met a ton of great people through it and a ton of great memories. So if there was a way to play both, I definitely would love to try that out. But I mean, baseball when I'm playing it's a ton of fun as well. But yeah, from an early age, they were both my sports, baseball and hockey. So
Yeah.
it was tough choosing one.
Yeah, when did that choice come? Like, when did you decide baseball's going to be my thing?
Kind of the summer after my sophomore year of high school was when we went on that circuit. That kind of gets a lot of college scouts watching you and stuff. So I started talking to some colleges and realized that kind of going straight from high school to college with the baseball route without having to go to juniors and all that, and the hockey route just kind of made more sense to me. And I mean, I found a great fit in Missouri State, and I was like, I can't pass this up.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So with hockey, it's obviously a contact sport. It's insane. Have you been hit with a baseball as hard as you've been hit on the ice?
I got smoked a couple times on the ice. I don't know what it is. Would get I would get rocked. I feel like I'm normally a bigger guy, but people kind of lay me out here and there. But I think with baseball, just because it's smaller, you can get hit in the wrong spots, if you know what I mean, in the
Yeah.
eye and in the other spot. But in hockey, at least you have a little bit more padding, which makes it feel a little better. But I'd say baseball has to hurt a little bit more than a big hockey hit.
Yeah, there you go. So do you have a hockey team, a pro team?
Weirdly, I don't know if it's because I'm from Wisconsin. Just never really grew up watching the NHL, but this past year, I went to a Canes game. So I've been following them a little bit more closely. I mean, I, I'm not super into the NHL, or I haven't just followed it, even though I still love watching hockey. I have a couple buddies that played in college who I'll go and watch at like Wisconsin, and one of them went to North Dakota. So yeah, I mean I'm just kind of I'm following players rather than teams.
Yeah, I hear you. That's awesome. So going back to your college decision, you're from Madison. Was Wisconsin kind of the goal, just being the hometown school, or were you open to wherever?
So my whole entire family went to Wisconsin. My mom, uncles, grandparents, everyone went to Wisconsin. I was a huge Wisconsin fan. I grew up like a couple blocks away from campus and Camp Randall and the Cole Center where they play hockey and all that. But the one thing that's crazy was maybe I'll maybe I'm not supposed to say this, but Wisconsin the only Big Ten base or only Big Ten school without a baseball team.
Yeah.
So never was an option. I would have loved to go there. If they invented a team or if they created a team in 2019, I probably would have committed to Wisconsin. But I mean, obviously, Missouri State worked out great, and I absolutely loved my time there, and I was happy I went there. But yeah, definitely when I thought I was a hockey player before baseball started to take off, Wisconsin was the dream school.
Yeah, that's awesome. So obviously Wisconsin has had some great athletes come through there, whether it's football, hockey, whoever. Are you the greatest athlete from the town of Madison, like hometown, born and raised Madison?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can say that. I mean, I mean, if you think of one like Jake Ferguson,
Hmm.
NFL. I mean, I don't know all of them, but there's some good athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the Schmaltzes who are in the NHL right now. I don't know if I'm going to say I'm one of one, but I'd like to think I was up there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you win Rookie of the Year, I don't think Madison's had a Rookie of the Year, right?
I need to do some research. I mean, I don't know if you've done the research, but that being the first from Madison and that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go. So then let's get into Missouri State. I read that your coach Keith Gutton said that you should be president one day. Where did that come from?
Honestly, I have no idea. It was we were going to a regional uh, my junior year. We were going to Oklahoma State, and some reporter told me he said that, and I was like, I mean, it has to be a compliment, but I don't know. I've never really been that in depth in all that type of stuff. So I'm fine being a baseball player over the president. I'll let some other people deal with that stuff.
Yeah, I think it was the article I read must have been the reporter that asked you, and she said you were more focused on the state of your swing than the state of the union. I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah, that's perfect.
There you go. So I do have a few options for your presidential slogan. I've got to share them with you.
Yeah.
You got to tell me what you think of them. First one, helping America rake it in. What do we think?
I mean, I just know that the Braves just posted something that was like Rake Baldwin, so I'm wondering if that'll catch fire and kind of go on.
Yeah, I've seen, I mean, a lot of people have started calling you Rake. I love the nickname.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right, next one, bald winner.
Okay.
Simple, simple. It's sleek. It's cute. It's short. How do you
I feel
like it?
like I feel like if I do that, I got to go bald as well, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Maybe it'll happen in a little bit, but
Yeah.
right
I mean, you're
now,
wearing a hat all day, a catching helmet all day, so
yeah.
maybe. And then the last one, Baldwin always there to catch America.
I mean, if I'm running for president, I like that third one.
All
Just
right, there we go. I
getting the
love it.
people involved, showing America who's there for them.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. I love it. So going through Missouri State, obviously, not one of the Power Five at the time that you were in college when Power Five was still a thing. But going through the grind of being in that program, playing college baseball, whereas so many players in the MLB go straight from high school or straight from overseas to the pros. What did college do for you in that transition from being a high schooler, being 18 years old, to getting drafted at 21 years old?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just figuring out how to like live by yourself
Yeah,
and go and kind of taking care of what you need to take care of. You're not living at home. You don't have people making food for you or all that stuff. Learn how to cook, learn how to be responsible with your time and schooling. Um, so, I mean, it helped a ton. Just kind of going throughout the years, you learn to fail. Like you're going to fail in college. You're going to have hard times in college. Kind of go through the grind of the fall practices, which like 6 weeks of. I mean, it's a grind. You're playing games multiple times a week or scrimmages, working out 4 times a week. Like they're very busy days, and you got to get through it and continue getting better. So I think that was a huge help getting into pro ball, getting into that minor league season. You just kind of learn how to deal with it. I personally, I don't know if I could. If when I was 18, if I got drafted, if I would have been able to get through like a low A season, just with how long it is, how long you're away from home, how much you have to kind of just fend for yourself and be by yourself and like keep on getting better and not get like sidetracked by other things.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So, draft night is obviously the most magical night for so many athletes. Is it like what's the feeling going through that when you hear your name or when you get that phone call?
It's kind of I don't even know how to describe it honestly. I was with a decent amount of my buddies. We were watching around the TV. I was on the second day of the draft, so I knew I was going to get picked pretty early in that day. But about probably 5 minutes before, I got a text from my agent that was like, "Get ready," and I had no idea what team was coming up, or what team it was, I should say. So it was just like every pick, kind of not anxiety, but it's like excitement, like because you wait for it, you're ready for your name to get picked, but you're like, "Wow, this could change the rest of my life."
Yeah.
So, and then when you finally see that name pop up on the board and it said the Braves, it just like it's almost like a weight off your shoulder for a second. Like you got to this point. Obviously, there's a ton more work to do, but it's like you can just like kind of accept some recognition for getting there and knowing that what you're doing and all the hard work you put in is worth it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, like you get drafted, you're 20, I think you were 21, is that correct?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm a little over a year younger than you, and you are doing amazing things. Like, what is the feeling of being a 21-year-old? You've lived out of your house for maybe just 3 years, and you're about to play professional baseball. Like, does it comprehend like immediately, or were you kind of like, holy cow, what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we went down to Florida after that. You get to meet a ton of new people, but I think that's kind of the biggest thing is like once you go down there, you meet the other draft picks, you realize that they're all really cool people. Like you
Yeah.
just kind of become friends with them. You enjoy hanging out with them at the field every day, and that makes it way better. I mean, you're playing you're playing a game at night that gets kind of televised around the world and stuff like that, and is their eyes are on it. But a lot of the time, you're at the field just hanging out with with your friends. So that's kind of the biggest thing, that you just kind of go out there, realize it's still a game, so you're having fun doing it. Is kind of the biggest thing.
Yeah. So your journey through the minors has been throughout the Southeast, just because of what Atlanta's farm system is, between Mississippi, Rome. I think you're in Augusta for a little bit. Is that right? Yeah.
Couple weeks.
So all in the state of Georgia or Mississippi. I guess had they moved to Columbus by the time you had gotten there?
No, so I played Double A in Mississippi.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is it like being away from home? I mean, you that's kind of far from Madison, and you have to stay in the Southeast. What's the biggest challenge of not seeing your family every day as you're making this huge career step?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different not having your family close to you, or coming down every weekend for games, and or playing in the Midwest like I did in college. But I mean, my grandparents do a great job of coming out to games, and kind of coming down, seeing me play, and just kind of like going out to breakfast before the games, or having dinner, or just hanging out with them, which is nice. So but with that, you don't really get to see him a ton, so it's kind of just like I said before, like creating like that family culture with your team, and I think I've been really lucky with the Braves organization to they kind of promote that culture, and you're able to kind of have like brothers who are in the locker room that can fill that time, and if you need anything, you talk to coaches, talk to your teammates. Like there's a lot of support there. There's a lot of good friends, which make it a lot easier to kind of go through that grind with them.
Yeah. So your journey through the minors was rather, quick compared to some people. Some people are stuck in the minors for quite a while. But I was gonna ask, what do you miss the most about the minors? But I mean, everybody says it's like the most grueling time ever. So I guess the question should be, what do you not miss about the minors?
What do I not miss? I mean, playing in the big leagues is pretty cool. It's definitely the goal that um, everyone wants to get to. I think. I mean, a lot of the people who are in the minor leagues. I mean, you create such good relationships with them, and obviously, some people go up, some people stay at the same place, and I think it's just the relationships, being in the locker room, um, going on. I wouldn't say I miss the bus rides, because the plane rides are a little nicer, but like there's a lot of fun bus rides when you're playing cards. You're just kind of chopping it up with everyone else on the team, and there's good memories at those spots, just because you're not in these big cities, where people can kind of go their own way. You're all kind of together in a small minor league city, where you're going out to Waffle House together, or going out to Cracker Barrel for breakfast, and just good memories like that.
Yeah, so I'm sure being around these guys throughout the minors, you were alongside them a lot of the time. In this first year, a lot of those guys have made it up. But you played in the futures game, in Texas last year, and such a cool experience. You get to represent the Braves. So what was it like, kind of being with those guys, but also like taking that next step forward and being the future of the Braves organization?
I mean, honestly, when they told me, I wasn't really expecting I was going to go. I think I was little. I think I might have been one of the only guys not on like the top 100 list who went to that game. So I was like, gotta try and show out. I mean, you have like three at bats to do something cool. So, um, I mean, it was a super cool experience. They make it feel like you're kind of a big leaguer, and I mean, for me at that time, I'd never played in a big league stadium, for like in a game like that. So, just kind of experiencing the locker room, like all the weight room. Texas is a super nice place, with how new it is as well. And then even like the media, people coming in the locker room talking to you, like it's a whole different experience, and definitely helped a little bit, looking back on it, to when I'm at where I'm at now in the big leagues. It just gives you a little insight to it all. But yeah, it was cool that they thought of me enough to get me to that spot. It definitely just gives you more confidence.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, Did you ever have like a moment? Some of these athletes, the professional athletes, talk about like welcome to the NFL, welcome to the MLB, welcome to the NBA moment. Did you have one of those moments where it was like, holy cow, these dudes are some big leaguers?
And, I mean, in San Diego, the first series, it was first game. I thought I got a ball, hit it to center, and Jackson Merrill. I don't know if it would have went out. It would have hit like the top of the wall or something. He like jumps up, makes like an unreal catch, and I'm like, come on, can I at least get my first hit here? So he he came up to me his next at bat and was like, sorry, man, I knew it was gonna be your first hit, but I had to do it. No, he has to do what he has to do. So I mean, there's some athletes out there. There's guys who are the best of the world at what they do, and it's tough day in day out.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask this a little later, but you talked about it just now. What's like the conversation like with the batter when you're catching?
Yeah, some are more talkative than others. Um, kind of depends some if they're in a good mood or a bad mood. But I mean, most of the people are really good people. They're really down to earth people. In the box, they don't talk a ton. At first, you'll get some conversations out of people just because there's a little bit more, not free time, but there's a little bit
Yeah.
more like time where you don't have to be as locked in just in between pitches. So it's kind of cool, like that first game having Machado, Tatis, like guys I've watched my whole life, like on TV, coming up to you and being like, "Hey, congrats! Like enjoy the moment. You only get one debut, like stuff like that." People realize what other people are going through because they've all been through it as well. So it's a smaller community in baseball, like with trades and free agency, and you never know who you're going to play with. So people are pretty nice to everyone else, knowing that they could be teammates in the future.
Yeah, so have you ever had like somebody say like something really weird? Like what's the weirdest thing somebody's ever said to you? You don't
The
have to name
weirdest thing.
drop.
I'm not gonna name drop, but some of like the reactions if let's say they fell off a pitch they should hit and stuff. Like as a catcher, you start to watch it, and it's funny when when they think they should hit a homer or something and fell it off. They start like stomping the ground or like yelling at their bat or something like that. So um, some people get mad and do stuff like that, or others just are like, "What am I doing?" Like
Yeah.
when you hear "What am I doing?" Either I feel good about myself because it probably means I called the right pitch, but
Yeah,
I mean, you definitely hear some internal dialogue from them.
yeah, there you go. What about the umps? Like, are you kind of the guy that's like, I mean, everybody talks about how whether you want to like be the pleasing guy, like make the ump happy, you might get some calls, something like that. What's your take on the ump? Like, how's your conversation go?
Yeah, I mean, just try to be nice to them and be like very respectful. They're humans too. You know they're gonna mess up, and I mean honestly, our job is trying to make their job as easy as possible, but also maybe fool them here or there and get an extra strike call. But it's just having a two-way dialogue, being able to be like, hey, like I had that on the corner or I had that off, and then just trying to be as honest as possible. Like if they call a strike and it's a ball off the plate and they ask me, I gotta say it's a ball, even though I probably still want that pitch to be called just because let's say when I'm up to bat, I don't want that pitch called on me a strike. So
Right.
it's just kind of it's an interesting dynamic because we both catch and hit. So you're always talking to them. You kind of want both sides of it. You just want to help them do the best that they can do. And in the big leagues, they've been there so long. They have good relationships with catchers that you can really talk about a lot of different stuff. In between innings, you'll ask them where they're from. Just kind of get to know them because I mean we have each umpiring crew probably 3 or 4 times throughout the year. I don't know exactly what it is, some more,
Mhm.
some less, but you kind of get to know them, and it's cool creating a relationship with them.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, they're humans. You create the relationship with them. I don't know if you can speak on this, but for a catcher, it's kind of got to be fun, like talking to them. So, are you pro ump or pro robot?
I mean, we had ABS, we had the challenge system in AAA, and I was
Mhm.
a fan of it. I I don't know. I think the umpires do a pretty good job, honestly. In the big leagues, it's tough, but I feel like the future of the game is going to be challenge system. It kind of seems like where it's going, but It'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what some of these calls are like. I think some people will realize that they don't know the zone as well as they think they do, and there's going to be some bad challenges, and it might be humbling for some people, but it'll definitely be different. Like if you're set up inside and they throw a ball outside and it nicks the zone, and it's kind of like it's tough to challenge because you don't really know if it hits the plate or not. Or umpire, I mean, those are the pitches the umpires miss as well.
Right.
I I'm curious what the like kind of social media aspect will be like about that, and like the betting aspect as well. If like let's say there's a pitch that clips and I don't challenge it, and it could have been strike three, and then the dude hits a homer, and everyone's going like, "Why didn't you challenge that pitch?" Even though
Yeah.
it's like it'll be an interesting dynamic, but I definitely think it's something that if it does get into the game, it's something we'll practice and get better at.
Yeah, for sure. So what about like all right, you're up to the plate. I'm switching back to the batting side. You're up to the plate, and you've already talked to the catcher that's catching behind you. Do y'all have like a catcher's union? Like, are y'all like tight? Or are you like, hey, nice frame last inning or something like that? Like, do you banter with those guys?
A little bit. I mean, Bailey's one of the best out there, catching wise. His numbers are off the charts every year. But I got to work out at the same place as he did last year, so for a week or two. So I didn't know him super well, but I mean, here and there, you play each other so much throughout a season that you start to talk a little bit. And I definitely was like, geez, you're just stealing strikes on me. I can't get a pitch to hit because they keep throwing balls and keep catching them too well. But I mean, you start to get to know them.
Mhm.
Catchers, you respect each other. You realize the grind you're going through. So it's there's definitely a little bit of a family there behind the plate.
Yeah. So somebody representing the catchers well is Cal Raleigh. I mean, he's on top of the world.
Right.
How hard is it? Like, can you put it in perspective, being a catcher and hitting that well? Like, it's got to be the most challenging thing in sports. I mean, he's broken the record, so
Yeah, I mean he's still doing it, which is impressive.
yeah,
I know there's something about playing deep, like the defensive side of the ball and hitting, just kind of staying locked in, which I do think helps you stay locked in rather than being this, let's say a DH. I'm pretty sure he has a lot more homers when he is catching, but especially with how much he's catching right now, it's impressive that he's still able to have the same amount of power production and just go out there every day. It's cool. We haven't played them yet. I think we play him in a couple weeks. I think they come to Atlanta, but I got to watch him in the home run derby. I went to that, and he has some pop. I mean, you can see how he's hit so much.
yeah, it's insane. He's fun to watch for sure. So last time we spoke, when we did the little 1 minute interview, some quick questions. I asked you who's got your number, what pitcher when you're hitting. You said Dylan Cease. So I looked up the stats. I'm sorry to rub it in. I think what I saw, you're 0 and 5, 0 for 5 against him.
Yeah,
What's the difference with him? What's he got on you that is that's so tough?
I don't. I mean, I just the slider is just tough. I mean, he can ramp it up to 99. This should also be a welcome to the big league moment. It's the second game of the year, third game of the year when he was throwing in San Diego. He's like almost all fastball slider, and to me, flips out like slow curveball, like throws it for a strike, change up at like I don't even. It was a super slow change up, and I was like, gosh, just not what I was expecting at all. And then he can run it up upper 90s and then throw the slider off of it. That I don't. he's
He's a
just
tough one.
he's just got me a couple times, and I mean he has good stuff. That's why I think I saw a stat that he's up there in like strikeouts per nine in the last couple years. He strikes a lot of guys out, and
Yeah.
he has good stuff. And I mean, I don't know if anyone is starting to see him better the more you face him, but yeah, he fastball slider combo. It's tough.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, well, let's build the confidence back up. Whose number do you have as a hitter? What number
Oh,
do you have?
ooh. I mean, recently, I don't know if I necessarily have his number, if I just got two good pitchers to hit, but felt I don't even know if I want to say this.
You don't have to say it. You don't have to say
I feel like after the fact, I might go, oh, if they see it or something, and they're like, oh, this guy thinks he has my number.
it.
because I'm not gonna say the name, but there was a pitcher that I think I was 3 for 3 off of, and I was feeling really good, and I saw them coming to the game um, a little bit ago, and I told Murphy, I was like, oh, this is my guy. Like I've got it before, and he strikes me out on 3 pitches, so I was like, I don't want to jinx it again.
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally get it. I mean, are you? So I'm a big believer in the jinx. I'm superstitious, like all the stuff. Are you the same way? Like, kind of, I can tell, like right here.
Maybe like that because I realize how hard baseball is.
Yeah,
Even if you hit a ball 120, if it's right at someone, it's an out. It's something bad. I'm not super like that superstitious. Just where like I have to do the same thing every single day, like put on the left shoe first or right shoe first, or. But I mean, if you get in a little bit of a rhythm and you start, let's say you have a coffee in the morning and you hit a homer that night, like I'll probably have a coffee the next morning.
yeah.
Try to keep the same energy going.
Yeah, so I mean, baseball is one of the most routine sports. Like hitters, they walk up to the box and they've draw their little picture in the dirt or whatever it is. First of all, do you have one of those? And then second of all, like, is there any other off the field superstitions? I know you said you don't like put your left shoe on first, but like you said, the coffee thing. Like, what else has happened that you've seen has worked for you?
Coming up to the plate, I just try to stand in the same spot every time, just so you kind of know where the zone is. Don't really draw a picture in it or anything or initials. I try to keep it simple, but I don't want to feel like I have to do something when I am going up to the plate where it's like, oh, I didn't tap my elbow guard 3 times. I only tapped it twice, and you just kind of want to focus more on the pitcher and what pitcher you're looking for. Uh, I think it kind of changes. Like kind of before the game is like, you know what? Some games will have like just black coffee or hot coffee or cold coffee or something like that. But it nothing that is just every day I need to do. That kind of gets me ready to go.
Yeah, I hear you. So what about other players? Have you seen, I mean, you've seen Major League, like some of the crazy stuff people do to get out of funks, to get out of the yips or whatever. Have you seen anything in your first year of like people, like with the voodoo doll stuff, like over their bat, anything like that?
I mean, we definitely have a doll, or we got a doll earlier in the year when we were on a little bit of a losing streak, and it worked. And we won a couple after that. So people get stuff like that. I've seen thongs in lockers when people are in slumps. That's definitely a thing. Not gonna say who, but it's definitely a thing. And I mean, it's if it can help just kind of relax you at all. I don't know about a thong, but people do it and it works, and it seems like it's proven to work. I don't know if it's a superstition or if it just kind of gives you a little laugh, but yeah, people try everything they can.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's crazy. Like I think it was, God, I can't remember who it was. I think it was a former Braves player. He talked about how he saw somebody use a giveaway bat, like they were giving it away after a game, like somebody was going to sign it, and he was like 0 for 20, and then he comes out that game and hits like 2 homers, and it was a giveaway bat, and it was like, oh my gosh. So there's some crazy superstitions with baseball for sure.
Oh,
So, all right, I always do a speed round, just a few quick hitting questions, kind of like we did at Texas. All right, the Rangers game. So first question, what is your favorite sports movie?
favorite sports movie. Oh, let's go with. I was watching Moneyball the other day. Let's do Moneyball.
Oh yeah, how can you not be romantic about baseball? Do you still get romantic about baseball?
Yeah, I still do get romantic about baseball.
There you go. I love it. All right, what about your favorite food?
Favorite food. Um, let's go pasta, like a chicken parm. Something I love it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll say that for dinner. Breakfast burritos for breakfast, though.
Love that. Love that. I'm a huge like I'm not like the biggest sweet tooth, so like breakfast food, like pancakes, French toast, not my thing. Like I gotta have something salty, hearty, good meal.
Yeah.
Like breakfast burrito, that's perfect. All right, what about in the history of baseball, a pitcher that you would love to catch for?
Ooh.
Dead or alive, anybody.
Um, I mean, I'm thinking Braves here, like a Maddox when he can just throw the ball wherever you want, and I feel like the sequencing would be a ton of fun to hear from him and just kind of mess with hitters and just kind of play different speeds, different locations, and different pitches. I think he would be a ton of fun to learn from and kind of catch one of his games.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, if you could not be a pro baseball player, what sport would you go pro in? I think I know the answer.
Hockey, hockey is the clear number one.
I love it. And then do you have a favorite hockey player?
let's go. Let's go Cole Caulfield. He's a
All
Wisconsin
right.
guy.
All right.
I'll follow him, see how he does throughout the year. So,
I
Cole,
like it. All right, so thanks for playing with the speed round. Got a few more questions. We'll wrap it up. I know you're busy, but all right. So hockey's got the enforcers, and pitchers can kind of be an enforcer if one of their teammates gets hit. They're gonna throw it at the next batter, whatever, something like that. Can a catcher be an enforcer? Like, can you be the enforcer and be like, yeah, we're gonna hit this dude?
I mean, yes, I there's definitely some service time involved with how much say you have and if we're going to hit a dude or if we're not going to hit a dude or all that stuff. But I mean, we're the closest one to the batter. If we see something, I don't even necessarily know if it has to be that. If you're just like, hey, like stop doing that, like stop being obvious when you're still like trying to steal signs a second or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think the pitcher has the ball in his hands. He can make it hurt. I think they're the enforcers if they want it.
Yeah. So this is kind of a dumb question, but all the baseball players I've interviewed, I've asked this: is hitting a home run like the best feeling in the world?
It's pretty awesome. I feel like half the time you hit a homer though, you're just like you don't even know what happened, and then see the ball start flying, and it gets out. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, especially at Truist and any big league stadium, especially when there's just that many people there watching, and you just get to round the bases and kind of just soak it all in.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then for a catcher, I mean, it's got to be a pretty awesome feeling to throw somebody out, whether it's hosing them at second. I feel like a pickoff play is even cooler. What's your favorite play like that? Have you, I mean, hosing somebody at second, or if you get somebody lacking on first, like what's the best behind the plate?
I like throwing someone out at second. Like you get a tough pitch to throw on, and you throw them out. You make a good throw and throw them out, and everyone's like, "Gosh, like how do you get them out?" It's that one feels like almost less reaction. So I think that almost feels better than hitting a homer because you know you had to do everything right. You had to put the ball on the money, and a pitcher had to help as well. But there was a game against Arizona. I got to throw someone out at second and back pick someone at first, and that might have been the coolest thing I've done catching.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. Is there a catcher in the pros, all time that you've kind of tried to model your game after?
Wouldn't say someone in particular. I mean, like kind of coming up, being with the Braves. Travis Darno was there, and he's in spring trainings and stuff. He's just an incredible guy. He helped me a ton. He would talk to me, take catchers out to dinner in spring training. So he's definitely a guy you kind of look up to, or I looked up to coming up through the minors. Him and Murphy when they were with the Braves. But yeah, I was a Brewers fan growing up, so we had like Maldonado back there, Luke Croy. I mean, there's a lot of good catchers who had watched there, but now um, Brian McCann's been around the locker room a little bit. I know Snit will say some comparisons and stuff like that. So just meeting him outside the field, I know he's not playing anymore, but he's just an awesome guy. Just kind of the guy he is would be awesome to replicate.
Yeah, that's cool. So I got to ask about the Braves. It's been a tough year, but how do you kind of close out the season, on a high note? You in particular, and as a team, momentum wise going into 2026, and kind of for the future.
Yeah, everyone's still going in there trying to do their best. I mean, they're going in there trying to get better, trying to get on hot streaks. We won a couple in a row, which it's a lot more fun to win than to lose. So I mean, we're going out there, we're playing for the fans, for ourselves, for the fans, for the team, just going out there because we love to compete. So it's still trying to improve and put the Braves and the Braves fans in the best spot we can.
That's awesome. All right, last question, because we're obviously Braves people, and you got the Mets tonight, arch nemesis. Do you hate the Mets the most?
Ooh, I don't know about hate. I mean, they're fun to beat. I will say that, especially when we got to play them at Truist, you could definitely feel the energy there. Um, Phillies Philly fans, they get after it as well. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think anyone in the division, it's a pretty big game. Mets, Phillies, they're both up there.
I mean, you get in the division, you get two of the craziest fan bases
Yeah.
between sports towns of Philly and New York. It's kind of insane that we get to play both of them so many times a year.
Yeah, I have some friends who are Mets fans, and before we play them, they'll always send me random stuff that are like, "Hey, like good luck, but like I hope you lose." Essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate this. This has been awesome. Such a pleasure to talk to you, especially before a game with the Mets. So thank you so much, man.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, this has been awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much to Drake Baldwin. Thanks for following along. Thanks for listening. Follow us on social media at @the_Hammy Show on Instagram, and we will see you next time. For once, I'm your host, Hammy Culpepper, and this is Drake Baldwin.